Welcome back to The Devil's Advocate with me, your host, Matthew Cohen. I am so excited for this episode because not only is my very dear friend, but also my CEO, who I think is one of the coolest, most amazing, I'm not brown nosing because she's actually really cool, Bess Freedman.
Thank you, Maddie. So nice to be here with you.
See,
we made this happen.
It's about time.
Right.
You and your schedule.
It's always on me, isn't it? It's my fault.
So just to give people out there a little bit of background, Bess has been in the business for a long time. She started as an agent.
That's right.
At Corcoran. After many years, Corcoran asked you to be a sales director.
Yep.
And then, of course,
I got recruited to Brown Harris Stevens.
As the prestigious CEO?
Well, I got recruited to be director of business development, and then I've been here now 13 years. So I slowly I rose, did my thing. And
just trying to get to 14.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like that was the goal.
Exactly. I'm like, this is where I want to get. Exactly. So that's the story. Yeah.
So everyone in, let's see, TV, MSNBC, CNN, agents here who have their own podcasts, agents who are not here who have their own podcasts have Bess on, and they talk about your career and real estate stuff. So we're not going to talk about that.
Okay, good.
We're going to keep it a little bit more.
Oh, all right. This is going to be more fun.
Make it
fashion focused,
right?
You said. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
sure.
Great.
So I was recently having a conversation with a dear friend of ours that we share. And somehow we got to a place, we were talking about his kids, and we got to a place where we were talking about, like, who growing up is like, I want to be a real estate agent. Like, no one does that. They're like, I want to be a firefighter or like a doctor.
I want to be a lawyer, a police officer, something like that. Yeah.
So when you were growing up, were you like, I want to be the CEO of Brown Harris Stevens?
Never. When I was growing up, I wanted to be a lawyer. When I was 9, I decided I wanted to be a lawyer. I always wanted to be like an advocate. And I've had like a million jobs. I've been a waitress. I was a waitress at Howard Johnson's.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I've done a million things, but I wanted to be a lawyer because I thought I could be a voice for people. That's what I wanted to do. Never even thought about real estate. It never came into my view. Never thought about it.
But you are a voice now.
Yes.
Right? So you do have a voice. So you kind of fulfilled the childhood dream.
That's the beauty of, if you follow the path, you hit walls and you go different directions and you never know. You have to be open to whatever's there for you.
But I think what makes you so great is that you have a voice that you use. Right? Like, I think there are a lot of people in our industry and just in New York in general who have a voice who don't use it. Right?
Yeah, I think people are afraid. I get that. I understand. Also, people have different personalities and were raised in different ways and are afraid they're going to get criticized or have trouble or it could affect their stock price or whatever it is. And so not everybody wants to step into something they don't feel comfortable with. But listen, I grew up scrappy, Troy, New York. My parents didn't go to college. I just learned how to hustle, from a young age. And so I don't know how not to be honest about what's going on.
But you can get a little
in trouble.
Yeah, but that's also, again, it's at least what I like about you. But I know that you sometimes can get in trouble with bigger beings who are at May, right? Like,
of course.
So like what kind of goes into your head with regards to, because you are, again, you're a face of a company, right? But you have a voice. But you say things that I think a lot of people wouldn't say.
Well, I think, first of all, we're all human first, right? And there's nobody I don't care how much money or whatever. We're all people, and we're trying to navigate life, do the right thing, be high vibes. We have good days and bad days. And I don't really think about or pre-plan any of the things. Sometimes if something is like absurd and crazy and it upsets me, I try to process and think about it and decide how I want to handle a situation. And have I, gotten myself in the mud a little bit at times? Of course. Sometimes you're a little reactive and we're filled with emotions, and feelings and things hit us a certain way. It's all of those things. So I've learned to get better at it, but I don't think necessarily or plan it out methodically. I don't have an agenda. I'm not trying to win anything. I'm just trying to do what's right.
But you're as long as I've known you, right? You, in the morning, You
Yep.
get up at a godly hour.
I like to get up early. I'm an early bird. I go to bed early. I like to get up early. I'm really a granny. I like to play mahjong. I like to play tennis.
She's sitting here in her Louboutins saying that she's a granny. I love it.
I mean, I like simple things. You know, I love like basics. People would be surprised like what really gets me excited. Like yesterday was literally like chewing a pack of Big Red, playing mahjong online. I mean, these are the things that people were just like. I'm really feel blessed. I love life.
Well, it's amazing. So that's kind of what I was gonna say. Like, for as long as I've known you, even when you're up really early and we're texting, you have great energy. And when we're, like super late at night, you like have really good energy.
Yeah.
How is you deal with such crap all day? Like other people in our business who suck. Like how do you keep that energy?
But you deal with it as well. And it's not just our business, it's life, you know, we have days where people are just not nice. And I have days where I can see myself being not my best self. And I'm like, that wasn't nice. Why'd you say that? You reflect on it later. You're like, I was so short with that. I didn't have any patience. I was, you know. And so it's kind of as we process everything, even with family members. I got to meet your parents, remember?
I know, and I met your son.
Yes, you met my son, Jakey. And, you know, it's like we have so many blessings. The fact that you have your health and we live in New York City and, you know, we have this great like lifestyle with our career and what we get to do. It's hard to really be in a bad mood all the time. You can have it once in a while. That's why you have ice cream and Netflix and all that stuff. But, yeah, I'm almost always high vibes. Very rarely do I feel down or negative. I'm frustrated and sometimes with things, but that passes.
But you have to have something every day that you specifically have to have something that keeps your energy where it is. Because it's like your energy is very unique in a good way.
Well, like, I'm not, you know, trying to put a halo over my head, but I'm not into I don't really drink. On occasion, I'll have a scotch here and there.
It's probably why your skin is so good.
I get facials. I do microneedling, which is the best in the world. And they use this thing, and this might be weird, salmon sperm is like the latest in microneedling.
You heard it here first.
And
salmon sperm.
It's so good for
the stock is going to go up like crazy
like they do these microneedling with salmon sperm and they just massage it into your skin.
Oh, salmon sperm.
Yes.
I thought it was Sam and sperm. I was like,
oh,
okay.
You're like, no, it's not somebody named Sam Sperm. It's salmon sperm.
Got it. We now get it.
So, but you know, clean living, you know, taking care of yourself and all that stuff.
Well, you work out first thing in the morning with what's your trainer's name again? Udi, right.
Who I love. Right. And sometimes if I just do my own thing in the gym or walk. And tennis is my latest obsession.
I know
just
that.
started playing
I know that.
less than a year ago. Matt knows this because he plays and his wife plays as well. And I might have a tight knit like you do. You love your folks. You're with them a lot. I love your parents. My mom, who lives in Rhinebeck, I have two brothers who are in Rhinebeck. I go almost every weekend, and I see my mom. We have lunch. We kibitz. You know, we talk about everything. I play tennis, talk to my brothers. We laugh. I mean, I'm blessed. Like, I had Passover Seder with my family and friends, and, you know, I just feel like I hit the lottery all the time.
I mean, and you need that because, I hate to say it, but I always... You know, I always say I love most of the people that I deal with every day, but there are some like crap people out there who are, you know, in our business who are just...
You can't let them yuck your yum. That's what I say. Don't let anybody yuck your yum.
But you know what's so great? I love to yum their yuck.
That's what I'm saying. You can turn people around a little bit. And if people are not nice or petty or gossipy or toxic, which there's a lot of that, try to keep it out of your orbit. I mean, if you do it for work... You know, it's kind of like you just have to cut that off. It's hard, though, I know.
But so speaking of those toxic people, right? You know, I think I've just always been obsessed with not only real estate, but the industry as a whole. Like, you know that.
You know I've never met an agent who you know everybody. Like, you were like, do you know this person? I was like, who are these? You know everybody. It's crazy.
But I think that's because, first of all, obviously I got started very young. So
that's
I grew up kind of like around
Which is also unusual because
agents.
people usually get into real estate as a second, third, or fourth career. Even for me, I was a lawyer before I got into real estate.
Right.
So
she has her JD.
I do. And I passed the bar. I was a practicing prosecutor.
Yeah.
So, but you got into real estate young, which is unusual.
So like partly that is why I know so many people, but I also just kind of find both the best and the worst agents I kind of find fascinating. Like I love to like understand how they tick.
It's intriguing, right?
Because we're just not normal people. Like we just are very, it takes a certain kind of person to be a real estate agent in New York City.
That's right.
And so, what I've found really fascinating about the industry, especially just knowing you, is I feel like we used to be in an industry where the CEOs were predominantly women.
Yeah.
Right? Like you had Barbara Corcoran, you had Dottie Herman,
Yep.
You had Diane Ramirez.
Yeah, wonder, all great, all of them fantastic. Love all of the women you just named.
Like amazing people.
All people that I aspirational, looked up to, standing on their shoulders. Fantastic women, all three of them.
But then what do you think happened? Because now, I mean, obviously.
It's turned a little bit bro, no offense. It's with
Do you think I'm a bro? Is that
no,
what
you're not. You're not with your lalabo. You are not a bro.
Thank you so much.
But there's so much fracture in our industry right now. And I was talking to Hall about this the other day. It feels so different because people's focus is now different. You're not putting the right things first, and they're taking the fun away of what we do. So it's changing,
I also kind of feel like when you had all those really powerful women,
Such
basically
a good point.
like there was unity, right? And so, obviously Howard Lorber stepped down, but you still then you had Scott Durkin, and now you have Michael, whatever his name is.
Leibowitz. He's actually a very nice guy. He's very good. He's
super
very good.
nice, but he's a man.
Yeah.
Right. You have Rob Brefkin. Like
I call him Bob.
His
His name isn't Rob. Bert, it's Bob. I call him Bob.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No,
Does he like that?
He doesn't know yet.
He doesn't know.
It's Bobby.
When I refer to agents at Compass, I'm always like, Robbie, your boss, Robbie.
Oh, you say that.
Yeah,
now you can call him Bob. I think Bob is more suitable.
I kind of love Bob. Okay.
Hey, Bob.
But you have like all of these male, heads who I feel like are not looking to have unity. They're almost looking to have that friction.
Well, I think there's a lack of, and it's more of an observation than a criticism, a lack of emotional intelligence and leadership, in that it's like, okay, we got to do this, we have to do that, we need to make money, and it sort of like doesn't bring people together. You have to look at what your why is. Why do you have a private listing network? What are you focusing on? What are you trying to achieve? And it doesn't mean there can't be some good to that. Maybe that there is. But at the end of the day, some of it looks a little bit, it looks like there's a focus on trying to monetize everything versus putting consumers and agents and people first, which is what real estate was always about. It's a relationship business. All the business you have is steeped in your relationships.
Yep.
And if you start to focus on the stock price and how much we can make and who are we growing, are we going to buy them, are we going to bury them, everything gets lost. And that's kind of why we see this fracture in our industry. It's unfortunate, but I think that's what makes us a standout company.
So with that, we're going to take a little break.
This beautiful set here at Studio 1873 is brought to you by the Everset. The Everset provides full-service staging and furniture rental solutions in the New York area. We work with Brown Harris Stevens and many other top real estate firms, staging their homes to sell quickly and at the highest price possible. Our staging is affordable without sacrificing quality or design. For more information, please visit us at staging.theeverset.com or email us at staging@theeverset.com to request a free proposal.
What do you really need to know about buying or selling a home? First, it's serious business, and it's complicated. There's a lot of money on the table, and emotion too. You need an agent who knows the ropes. So, whether you're buying or selling your home, work with professionals who have a mastery of the craft.
Welcome back with my amazing guest, Bess Freedman.
Thank you, Maddie, for having me.
So I want to get into like a little bit of, not gossip, but like a little bit of like.
We call that lore, by the way, Lore.
Lore.
You didn't know that?
No.
You're young. You should know lore. The lore is like what's going on. It's like the tea.
The tea. I just love the tea.
Yeah, but lore is the new one. So you have to say lore. What's the lore?
But you know what the problem is with lore? There's no emoji that I can send you. That's like I'm gonna if I have something to tell you, what do? I send you a teapot.
That's right. I know, but you could just write LORE, lore, and I'll be like, ooh, what's the lore? Is it loracious?
Is that a word?
I made it up.
Okay, cool.
Actually, my daughter, I have to give her credit. She says it.
I love her.
She's so cute.
She's the best.
She's moving back to New York soon. Okay.
Yay.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait.
But so, I mean, I just see so many reality shows that are not real life.
Yeah.
Podcasts that talk about our industry like it's the most glamorous thing in the world.
Yeah.
And as you said, like, this is a people business. Like, I love my clients, and like, even when they're hard, I mean, that's like a relationship that I cherish so much. But our industry is so difficult because we have brokers who are working together who don't necessarily work together. They're just doing transactions together. And unfortunately, our business is full of egos.
There's a lot. I mean, I think you have such a good way of looking at things because you are friends with so many agents and so when you call and say, I want to see this listing, like, oh, it's Maddie. Of course, I want to get him in. And if more agents looked at the industry as their friends and said, these are my clients, they're going to help you. They're going to say, oh, I want to go show Maddie's listing, or he wants to get him in. Or like it's not just relationships with your clients, it's the agents as well. And I think agents, they lose sight of that sometimes. It's not transactional. We're relational in our nature in what we do. Otherwise, we wouldn't need to be here. We wouldn't have real estate agents.
100%. And it's also, I think, in a way, I try and tell sellers this when I meet with them, because sometimes they will tell me who, like, other brokers they're talking to.
Yeah.
If I'm pitching, and, in my own way that's not aggressive, I'll sometimes, like, if they mention someone who has a bad rep in the industry, I'll try and make it clear to them, like, hey, when I list an apartment, to what you just said, brokers will reach out to me and be like, I'm so excited that you're the broker on this. Like, tell me more.
Of course.
Like, I'm going to we're going to make this a smooth transaction. We're going to try and like things like that. Like, I know I have a lot of listings that I see where the broker's extremely difficult. And I'm just like, ugh.
I know. Obviously, sellers don't necessarily know what an agent's reputation in their industry is. They think, oh, they have these, they're top this, they're top that. They're in a taxi cab video. Who knows what it is? And so therefore they don't understand how important it is to have that EQ. I think in real estate, EQ is your number one most important. You don't need to go to Harvard. You don't have to be the smartest person with math, but you do have to have relationship smarts, knowing how to work with everybody, especially agents. And you have solved that.
Thank you. I try.
Well, you're friends with I was in a restaurant with you and you knew everybody and they're agents from all different firms. And It was crazy. I was like, you are like the mayor of real estate agents. People know you, they love you, they respect you, and they want to do business with you. And that's the smartest way to put your best foot forward in this business.
Well, thank you.
It's the truth.
No, I try. I think it's extremely important. And what I always say, to bring it back to like a pitch, if a seller tells me they're meeting with other brokers and they tell me who they are, even if I don't like them, I'll typically say something like, hey, I'm not going to speak badly to you about this broker because I give anyone who does this job so much credit because it is so hard.
I love that. And people, back to your reality TV shows, really people don't understand the depths of how hard it is and how you have to be available all the time. And the majority of what you do is not really very interesting because you're making, you're planning, showing things, and you're doing photos and floor plans, and you're on the phone. And who would ever want to watch? They'd rather watch me chew Big Red and play Mahjong online.
100%.
So the point is, those shows make it look like something it absolutely is not. And it's a lot of hard work and it's not interesting. And they make it look easy and like you make so much money, but you really don't.
And so kind of like this is like a full circle moment, right? Because I feel like we just talked about CEOs in the business and the friction that they create. And I think that what happens so much is that the agents in our industry, they have such huge egos that they can't get out of their own way, and it creates friction when it doesn't need to.
Well,
and
big
it
egos
shouldn't.
in anything is, it's so bad if the ego's driving the car, because we always do bad. It's like, that's why you get road rage. Why do you think somebody's mad if you, it's like, relax. It's like the speed limit is also there for you, not against you. Like people think it's fighting them. No. It's trying to help you so you don't get into an accident.
And so, but in all, like in reality, this affects you a lot. Like you are the CEO of a big company that is full of real estate agents who you love. I know you love Brown Harris Stevens, and like you are so supportive of everyone, and you really like have all the agents' backs. But there are a lot of egos at our company, just like every company. Like, how do you handle egos as the one who's higher up?
Well, I don't see. I don't feel like I'm higher up. I feel like, when agents go, "Oh, I work for you," I go, "No, I work for you." I'm so clear on my seat and my role. I don't have this gig unless you're out there hustling every day. And when you have that like clear in your head, it's very clear to me. It's not, it's none of that higher up. It's that I'm here helping you to try to do as much business as you can in the best way possible. That's all I want to do. I want to make this place better. I want to give you the best ground to stand on. I want to make you look the best, feel the best, make your clients feel great. If I do that, I'm doing my job. And I'm bringing joy into a business that's fractured. And that makes me feel good.
And that's why I love you.
I love you too.
But do you remember when I came to Brown Harris and I
remember.
I
remember.
I was hesitant of you.
You were hesitant of me and Brown Harris.
Well, I remember I said to you, I was like, you're too nice. This is all like,
you did.
Like, is this a facade? And no, you're not.
I'm not. I mean, nice is like, I'm nice, I'm friendly, but don't mistake that for stupidity. It's like, of course I'm nice, but it's like warm and strong at the same time.
No, you're real.
Yeah.
You're real.
Yeah.
Like
I have my
that's
days.
What it is.
Listen, you can ask Michael Bloom, who sits across. He hears me yelling. I yell sometimes. I lose my temper. It happens.
You have to.
Yeah, we're human. But for the most part, if you walk into this looking at it from that perspective, it's hard not to be happy about it,
I know, but so let's like
He's wanting me to like tear into something here.
No. We're just gonna, we're just digging into this a little bit more. Okay, so we'll go on your wavelength.
Okay.
So you're on the same level as all the people that you're working with. You're not above them. That's fine.
Yeah.
But even on the same level, you're dealing with egos. Like egos at our company, egos at other companies.
Egos everywhere. They're everywhere. You can't not deal with egos. You see it in almost everything you do.
But do you ever do you ever have to kind of shake someone and be like, this isn't happening?
No, well, sometimes you do have to have, that come to Jesus and be like, you have to correct things that are wrong or people are, and you can say, look, I don't think this was the best version of you. I've seen it, had this recently with an agent. And, you're honest. You don't have to be mean and be like, that you're a jerk. You just say, it's not the best side of you. I think you could do it better. I always say go high road because there's not a lot of traffic up there. The rent is more expensive, as we know.
I like that.
But it's a good place to be. And so, and we all have it. I have an ego. You have an ego. We all do, but we battle that. I saw it the other day in the hair salon with a woman who was like waiting to get in and she was being delayed and she wanted the manager. And I was like, ooh, I get it. I get all of that. It's human. It's what makes us who we are.
And I meant to tell you this, actually. I was going to tell you off camera, but she keeps on reminding me.
Yeah.
Apparently my mom actually goes to your hairstylist.
She goes to see Corinne?
Yeah.
Does she really?
Yeah. Apparently like she was talking about me and
I
Brown
gotta
Harris.
ask her.
And she was like, oh, Bess is my client.
No way.
So funny. Small world.
Yeah. You know who else goes there? Alan's wife. Alan Kersner's wife. Sophie Reve, who's in our
we
downtown.
Also
love Sophie.
She's great.
There's somebody else, and I can't remember her name. There's another person who goes to Corinne. She's the best colorist in New York City, I think. I love her.
We could talk about things like this all day.
Yeah, she's at the Benjamin Salon downtown, by the way. She used to be at the
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Corinne. Okay.
So sure, egos.
Yeah.
But I think what's also hard being in your position, correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
Do you not deal with a lot of people who you feel like are just being fake to you? because they're like they want to like be buddies with you?
You know, it's hard to, you know, it's hard to tell like who's, you know what I mean? Like it's like anything. You don't know, first of all, when you have energy with anybody, whether it's work or whether it's friends or in a bar or whatever it is. And when you feel that weird static awkwardness and there's not a genuineness, you know it. And it's hard. If somebody's being fake, they know they're being fake.
And you're also a good judge of character.
Yeah. I mean, I trust my gut. Every time I don't listen to my gut, I'm like, why didn't I? You know, like internally something tells you, you have to listen to that because don't betray yourself and listen to what your body is telling you. So listen, people are fake. Sometimes you have to like, there's people that you're around sometimes you'll be like, you have to sort of step it up and, you know, do things you don't want. I have to do it too. I don't know if it's fake, but it's sort of, we have to. Like we're all, you know, on a stage in a way. You know, it's life.
We're trying to like connect with someone and be on the same level as them and have like an understanding.
Of course.
So yeah, there is that. But I don't know. I mean, you're beautiful, you're strong, you have a voice, you have a big title.
Oh wow.
Like people have
my ego's growing. Wait, did you see my ego growing?
Did you see the hair? It got so much bigger.
Yes, exactly. I have really
Corinne,
big
do you see what's happening?
Yes, exactly. Help. Yeah.
No, but like
That's
I've
so nice.
seen
Thank you.
like I appreciate your like nice PC answer, but like
Yeah.
I've seen people who are super fake to you. And
No,
I'm just like, who the hell is this?
There's been people have said really, you know, a lot of times agents will come in and go, you know, this person said this, and I go, I don't want to hear anything negative. I get it. Of course, not everybody, despite what my mom thinks, she couldn't understand how anybody could not like me. It's your mom,
I
you
love
know,
your mom.
She's Sylvia, but you know, it's okay. We all have to, you know, I don't judge. I really do not judge people. I want to do my own thing. I want people to do what they want to do.
Hi, I'm Evan Greenberg with Langdon Title. I specialize in title insurance across New York, helping real estate attorneys, agents, and brokers close with confidence. I solve problems fast and keep your deals moving. Contact me anytime.
Do you have a big move coming up? I'm Scott Nadler with Cross Country Mortgage, and I've got the loan to match your dream home. Whether it's your first or your fifth, I'll make the process quick and easy. Call me today. Let's make it happen.
I always say, and maybe it's because I'm at the point in my career where I can actually say this, but I always say, like, I'm not for everyone. Like, I think I'm great, and I have a lot of confidence in what I bring to the table,
right.
But not everyone's going to love me, just like not everyone's going to love you, and that's okay.
That's okay. And we can also love each other and not love all the same people. Like, I can, you know what I mean? We can agree to disagree on things.
Even though you and I love mostly the same people.
Yes.
Yeah, we're pretty eye to eye.
Yes, we do. Especially, we love the Spanish language.
She's trying to give a plug, which we're not going to plug, but so okay. So to kind of like wrap it up, so we don't go into another language.
This is so fun. I wish I did have some tea and some cookies or something.
I mean, the problem is we could talk for like 10 hours.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What is your favorite snack, like sweet thing that you love to eat, if there is one?
So if I ever have a day, which is extremely rare, where I work from home, I keep a mason jar of Dwayne Reed brand jelly beans on my bar card.
Most boring snack I've ever heard. Are you serious with the Bubby jelly beans?
No, but they're kind of like they're big jelly beans. They're a little bit mealy.
I'm literally depressed
They're
from that
so
answer. Where's like the chocolate? Hello, am I the only one in the room?
I mean, at the
chocolate
office,
chip cookies, brownies,
no.
ice cream sundaes, peppermint patties, Reese's peanut.
I'll get tired. Like if anything, like a York patty.
Those are my favorite.
Those are
I
probably
love
my
mint
favorite.
and chocolate.
Me too.
Or like ice cream with little mint chips in it. Hello, lava chocolate cake, or the banana cake that they have at Baltazar's with the ice cream.
That's fair, but that's like a dessert. I'm not having that in the middle of the day.
Chocolate chip cookies that are cooked right are like perfection.
I mean, if I could have anything at any time during the day, it'd be French fries.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Yeah, like truffle fries from Oceans.
I don't like truffles
19th
on my
Park.
fries. Yeah. I like my fries are perfect as they are. Don't change them.
Okay, interesting.
I just was curious. Snacks matter.
We don't have to always see eye to eye.
That's
I
what I'm
guess,
saying. We
you
can
know?
agree to disagree. It's all love.
So, what is there for Bess after this? Like what comes after being the CEO of Brown Harris Stevens? You have two
Beautiful
amazing
children.
kids.
I'm so proud of them.
Like you have an awesome family. Like what comes next?
I would love to at some point see myself somewhere with a lot of dogs. I know you're allergic. I'm sorry. A lot of dogs.
We'll just Benadryl me out.
I'll drug you up and just enjoy, like you travel, enjoy, do things. You know, I don't know what's next. I'm always, you know, paying attention to see. I'm listening, so we'll see.
Is it like a bunch of dogs in Rhinebeck?
That could be. I mean, I go to my brother's for that, but I'd like to, you know, right now my daughter has a dog. She has his name is Paco. He's a mini dachshund, and he's so cute. But I definitely do. That's one of the things that's on my list is to get, my dog passed away. I want to get a new puppy or 2 or 3 or 4, and somebody take care of them too.
I was going to say that's a lot of dogs.
Yeah, I love dogs. To me, are the best thing on the planet. I just love. They're a lot of work, but it's the work and it's unconditional love. You know, so.
Can I tell you what I see for you?
Oh gosh, I can't wait.
I mean, there's a lot of things I see for you that we won't talk about on the camera.
Yeah, okay.
But I see you like on a talk show. Like I actually think that you're so good at, I don't want to say public speaking because I don't consider like going on like MSNBC and CNN and like being on
talking about the market. Like that's not really.
That's not like a public speaker, but I see you on like The View. Like I see you like truly.
If I do that, are we still going to be friends?
I mean, as long as you can get me backstage, I'm in. Duh.
I'll get you whatever you want. Don't worry.
So you heard it first.
Oh my God.
In 10 years, tune in to the View for Bess.
Yes.
Bess Freedman.
It'll be a spicy, interesting View.
But until then, thank you for
Maddie, love
coming
you.
on.
Thank you for having me on.
I love you.
Mwah.
And I'm so excited to see you next time. And that's Devil's Advocate with me, Matthew Cohen.